All right, hello friends. Hello. Good evening. Good evening. Cobra, hello. Conan, hello. Shonies, hello. Retoid, welcome. Thank you. Captain Sterling, again, thanks for the raid. Thank you for the raid and welcome, raiders. Food Gummy, hello. Jedi Buds, hello. How's it going? What's up, J Ridgy? How's it going? Got some, yo. How you doing? William, hello. Toe Popper or Mick, hello. How's it going, guys? See you all. Happy Monday. Happy start to the week. Unfortunate. I hope it was a good start to your week, though. Need some piggies popped. I'll keep my grippers unpopped, thanks. Excited for this one? Got to see you on a Keep Live. Oh, nice. You went? How was it? How was Keep Live? I obviously didn't go, so I don't know. But I hope it was fun. So, yeah, so let's talk about what we're going to be doing today. So today we're going to be building this board called the Fossil. So the Fossil is a full-size keyboard designed by Carolina Mech or Arslock. They collaborate with Van Dusen Manufacturing. So these are all produced, designed, made, and finished in the United States. And so this time the Fossil full size comes in regular, 104 variant, as well as a Southpaw version. The group buy actually ends in about a week. It's been open for about 2 weeks now. And they will ship pretty much everywhere in the world, and the pre-order does not have a limit. You can find all the details of the buy through the Carolina Mech link that's in the build command, I think. Yeah, it's right there, carolinamech.com, and then there's a Fossil R2 information. And you can find all the details there regarding the weights, designs, the cost, and pretty much everything else. There is also a Geek Hack thread that contains more information, as well as the colors. There are different Cerakote finish colors, and I believe today is one of the color changing ones called the Pegasus. And so we'll be checking that out today. Keep Light was awesome, man. Fun times. That's great to hear. Lots of great vendors, keyboards, people. Yeah, I heard a lot of the major vendors. I think all the major vendors, at least in the US, went pretty much, right? I bet it was Drop, Novel Keys, Canon Keys, I think, also was there. Omnitype, Divinity, I think, was also there. I'm not sure about Mikibo, but Drop wasn't there. Oh, okay, but I think they sponsor stuff too, right? They always do. But yeah, it's such a big event, and it really attracts pretty much everyone from everywhere to come in. There's even people who fly in from across the country and so on. So, pretty big event. I hope it was a big success for the organizers, especially Frank, Moshiki, if you know him. I hope it was a big success for them and the organizers. I know a lot of them, volunteer and take a lot of their time to make it happen. So, hope it was a good time for everybody. Diego, I'm back from Keep Life. My fake mustache almost fell off twice. Oh, Mr. Koopa went to Keep Life. If Mr. Koopa went to Keep Life, I would be hearing about it from Patricia. But she hasn't mentioned a singular thing about Mr. Koopa attending Keep Life. So therefore, I declare this news as fake news. Urgh. And I will now retruth this statement. Watch out, buddy. We know you are lying. Anyway, okay. Danny, hey, thanks for the 10 months. Thank you. Dang, it's expensive, says Codabra. Yeah, so of course, both the risk, the labor, and everything else that's involved in getting this keyboard manufactured in the United States goes into the cost. And so yes, Carolina Mech's boards are and specifically the Fossil, which is a pretty large board. They're unfortunately not inexpensive, so definitely not a trivial cost if you're looking to get a Fossil. But if you have been looking for a full size, or more specifically in a Southpaw variation, I think it is a pretty nice board. But that said, I've seen the Fossil before. I've seen RStock's other designs before, like the Palmetto. So I can personally vouch for it. But you can always see for yourself at meetups and other places, or ask people who already own the board to get a better idea. But we'll be building that today. So for switches today, we have some. I think these are Gateron blacks. Are these Pro black? I'm not even sure, because I actually don't even know the designation for all of the housings for GAT switches now. But basically, they're full travel Gateron blacks with a clear top and this white housing for the bottom. They're nicely lubed. They're very smooth. I'm not exactly sure what the weighting for the spring is, but usually I remember Gateron black being around 70 gram springs. And then we got some cherry stabs over here. And of course we have our PCB and all the rest. Daughter board. So daughter board cable and universal daughter board. And I think I see some hardware. And our cherry stabs. I think these are just, these are standard cherry clip-ins. Perfect. Mason. Oh, Mason, I got the package, by the way. Thanks for sending that. I just wanted to let you know. I got it safely, so no issues. How expensive could it be? Buy 3 pounds of aluminum and anodize at 10-15. Buy 3 pounds of stainless steel, 5 to 10. Buy diesel premium PCB, 15 to 40. Make or buy keycaps, 10 to 35. Oh yeah, right. Making keycaps, $35. Easy clap. Buy switches from China, 20 or 45. Machining free, soldering free. All cost 60 to 145. I actually don't even remember where this was from. Probably maybe Reddit. Hilarious. Amazing. Love it. Receiving Mason's package. All right. Mason's just joking around, in case you can't tell. Mason has the finest al dente pastas. Ready to go. Hot and ready. Every time. Never disappoints. Alright, so this is a very interesting color. It's like, I don't even know how to explain this. It's like kind of like creamy white, like ivory white almost. And then if you look at it in certain lighting, it has shifts between red and purple almost. I need to I actually kind of want to see the actual description of this on the Cerakote website, because I'm not even sure what it is supposed to look like. It's kind of like cream, but not quite. Let me see. I'm pretty sure I saw it on the description for the. Here it is. Pegasus. Here, gun candy color changing Cerakoting. It's white, purple, blue chameleon. They recommend a white base so that you can see that purple blue sort of shift. But basically, it's sort of like this warmer-ish white base color, and then you have this like sort of like chameleon like blue purple sort of glistening in like, especially when you face it towards a direct light source. So there are a few folks who have experimented with these color shifting Cerakotes. Needy Patinas was one, I guess one of the people who were doing patina finishes for custom keyboards for a while, and he experimented with some of these too. But you can find it in, like, obviously if you're into guns and things like that and you know about Cerakoting, you will certainly see it a lot there, like these chameleon color shifting coats. And I think I've seen a few people also experiment with keyboards as well, like separately. So pretty neat though. It's sort of like a warmer tone, so it certainly it's weird because if I look at it, okay, so like if I look at it from this angle, this part of the board looks very like warm white, but when I look at this part of the board, which is currently, at least from my eyes, is currently being reflected from the light source that I have over here behind me, I see like blue purple, sort of like reddish blue purple color. So it's an interesting color, but yeah, it's a pretty warm white base over here. So like it almost looks like a more like a toasty yellowish white, and then on the color shifting side you have like a cooler tone of blue and purple. But obviously right now from the overhead you don't see any of that because the light's not reflecting directly on it. So yeah, it's a neat effect. It's certainly if you're interested in a special effect like this one, it's pretty interesting. Okay. So for those of you who don't know, I guess I should sort of explain. So typical keyboards will come in, like right now, if I cover this entirely, this would be like a 10 key list, right? You have the main cluster with your function row, and then you have your navigation cluster, arrow keys, navigation for like, home end, insert, delete, and page up, page down, and so on. Right now we have the F13 style cluster over here. And then, in typical, full size boards, you'll have the numpad over here, and then that'll be like a regular full size. And then we call it Southpaw, the versions where you basically have a left-sided numpad. So, you kind of shift things over and you have a completely left-sided numpad over here. So as you can see from the cutouts on the blade, you can kind of build left-sided numpad, whichever way you want. You can build it with the long enter keys on the left side, or you can build it sort of like regular on the right side. And then this is sort of like just a completely standard TKL build. So yeah. So that's kind of like the layout for that explanation. I believe for the mounting, we have sort of like a grommet mounting. So there are these grommets currently pre-installed in the case. I'll have to go in to get the plate anyway, so I'll open it up and you guys will see what it looks like. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So just go ahead and open it up. So yeah, it kind of depends on the type of work that you do, and also just like on what you're used to. Some people find that Southpaw is easier because it basically does not get in the way of doing numerical work, like like data crunching or whatever, and at the same time using your mouse. So kind of like doing this, Some people also find it more convenient for in terms of like you might want to use it as a macro path sort of section where you want to map certain like shortcuts for certain programs, and so like some people find that more convenient, and so it kind of depends. Yeah. Also realize that the wrong screwdriver. Huh. There we go. So yeah, just depends. Depends on the person whether or not you want to do southpaw or not. But certainly in considering options with a numpad, it's something to debate, you know. But yeah, if you're used to the standard stuff and that's just what you want to go with, that's totally fine. I personally don't really use a numpad much anymore, so I don't really have a preference anymore. Like I'm just not nearly as used to using one. Kind of slow working with one now. Used to be a lot better when I used to do a lot of like data entry stuff. But yeah, now it's like a lot less. Is this powder coat or Cerakote? This is yeah, color shifting Cerakote, correct. So typically applied for like guns and like other applications where Cerakote is pretty popular. You'll see like airsoft and paintball and actual guns and other things. Okay. Okay, so take off the top. So the top looks kind of just like that. Pretty much just accommodates the plate. So it doesn't actually have top mount like mounting points for like screw, you know, like screw holes basically. It just kind of lets the plates with its grommets like get sandwiched in the case. And so we have our plate with the grommets here. So the grommets sort of like clip onto the bottom piece. So the let me show you. So this is what the bottom looks like. So the bottom is also fully coated. You have screws here. You have 5 bolts here that attach this sandblasted brass weight, right? And then you have these pins that hold the, you know, O-ring shaped grommets in place, and the tabs, and you know, these sort of kind of like get friction mounted here. You can optionally choose to use the one on the space bar, you know, that's just a personal preference. But you know, basically you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 technically mounting points for you to choose. Obviously you recommended that you use pretty much all of them. The spacebar one is kind of optional, but yeah, so that's pretty much how the grommet mount works here. The grommets themselves are essentially just these rubber pieces that have a hole in the middle going through them. So you know, sort of like just attaches to the plate like that, and then lets the pin kind of go through the middle part there to kind of just fix it in place. So relatively soft, you know, relatively compressible material, and so you will have a good amount of like softness to the typing from the grommet mount. And you know, obviously depending on the hardness of the grommet, you can also adjust how that might feel. How do you feel about no internal weight? I think no internal weight is personally fine. I don't think you need to have either a through weight or internal weight for things to sound good. At the end of the day, I think the way a board sounds kind of really does depend on just the entire design. Like there are some boards that don't sound great without a weight, and there are some boards that actually do sound fine even without one. I've seen some boards actually not sound great with a through weight, you know, but I think it just depends on so many factors in the design, like dimensions and like how big the weight is, where it's placed, like where do you have cavities that open up, do you have a lot of this metal to metal contact around the board, etc., etc. And so weight placement at the end of the day generally, like for example, will help like dampen out a lot of those like vibrations that happen in the case. But then at the same time, it kind of does depend ultimately on the entire design. So I personally try not to judge whether it has a weight or not to be a factor for it to be like, oh, I can't discount it and just be like, oh, it's a sham, no weight means bad board, or no internal means bad board, or through weight is bad. You know, you can't say it. Like it's really hard to just say that and be so sure about it because every board is different. And so I try not to discount it completely. What's the weight of the board? I can check without the internals. So actually, I have a scale here. Thankfully, I do have a scale here. Okay. So it's zeroed out here. So currently, without anything built on top of it, is 4.5 pounds essentially, 4.4 pounds and 5 ounces, almost 4.5 pounds. If I just add the PCB and plate on top, it's about 5 pounds. You know, in grams, that's 2.25, right? Kilograms. And so once it's built, it's probably like closer to like you know, high 2 kilos, like maybe like 3 kilos or so. So yeah, it's a decent weighting to the board. Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and put these guys aside. Gonna put this over here for now. And I'm gonna go ahead and prep stabs and start building. So let's go ahead and do that. Good day to everyone. Hello, Shadow. Hello, hello. Okay, so we got our PCB. I guess I do tend to prefer checking that the PCB works beforehand, just to avoid any mishaps later, or basically effectively avoiding troubleshooting without knowing anything about it. Preferably want to test it beforehand. Just gonna test whether it plugs in and shows up. That. Just gonna go ahead and just double check with tweezers. Okay, shows up on VIA. Okay, cool. Alright, so it's working. Okay. Well, technically it didn't pop up on VIA, but I just was testing it on the VIA key tester. Oh, you wanna go? Cool. Sorry. Okay. Alright. Let's, get these stabs ready. So lots of cherry stabs. So let me actually just double check here. Oh wait. Is this coat? This is Cerakote. If you're asking about the plate itself, I think it's also Cerakote, right? Fantastic playlist. I had to do a double take on the previous song if my Spotify was accidentally on. Thanks. Although much of the credit really goes to community member who actually created the playlist for me when I, you know, they were much more active in my server. Gam, he's still active actually, he's still around, but Gam Radio, as we like to call it. All right, let's see. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then that's for the TKL portion of it, and then we need plus, numpad, enter, and 0, right? for that, I think. So that should be it. 1, 2, 3, 4. We need a spacebar wire here, spacebar, and then 1, 2, 3 for that. Okay, cool. I think I got a couple of extras. I'll just put these in the bag. Are you playing off Spotify? Yeah, I am. Do you want me to link it? I can link it over. Copy. All right. Let's go ahead and clip these stabs. So where's my, I need some flush cutters. All right. So for cherry stabs, I like to clip the little leggies here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You know, so like over the weekend, I was like taking pictures of the Keycaps number 3 that I posted today, right? I always get like insecurity with these things, especially when it's like a newer board, of like posting photos and thinking that they're trash. Because I'm always like, I know I take very similar and boring photos, but it's at the same time, it's like, because it's supposed to, I take photos the way that it's descriptive of the board, right? Like you want at least one photo that shows a full thing. You want a few photos that show some closer angles and a few different angles. And then you know, I like nowadays, I think, you know, back in the day it was less so, but nowadays I like scroll on like, you know, keyboard Instagram, right, or whatever, and I see people coming up with, okay, there's some people out there who are like so good at taking photos, okay, they're like, their work is like, it's like cinematic stuff, dude. It's like, whoa. It's like they have the whole like Photoshop and backgrounds and like fucking like crazy backdrops, keyboard splashing in water, like fucking like all the extra stuff, and I'm like, I can't. I'm not creative for this. You know, like, you know, a few people who like remind me of this. Like, I mean, Alex takes great photos too. He has a very specific style. And then what's his name? There's like Jan from Texas, and then there's like Bumblebee Keeps. He also takes like these like really cool photos with like really cool backdrops. And I'm like, whoa, it's crazy. And then every time I'm about to post photos, I get like cold feet. I'm like, oh, it's like, should I just trash these? Like, these suck. I mean, like, they're descriptive, but that's about it, right? But yeah, these days I get like insecurity posting. I get off. I get off. Yeah. Cole. I mean, Cole is dude. Cole is something else, right? Like Cole is like. It makes me wonder, but then again, I have to recognize he is a pro. Like Cole is like both peak hobbyist and a peak photographer, professional photographer. You know, like studio work. You know, like I'm like, oh yeah, Cole, like always, it's just like, oh yeah, props to Cole because his stuff is cool. It's just Cole's is kind of like unorthodox in many ways too. Like the way he takes photos is like very like he takes angles that people just generally don't think of. And so I that's why I like his photography a lot. It's like always like it's like the very close up macros and like the shots that are like placed in certain ways or like uses different media. That stuff is super cool when he like mixes film and digital and then takes a photo of all that together and it like scans stuff and like basically like cooks the shit out of it and it's awesome stuff. Like what Cole does in terms of like mixed media, I think that's really what Cole shines in, right? If you don't know Cole, I think his keyboard photography is coldkeyboard.com, I think. I think that's his website. He does awesome work. But yeah, his day job photos too, like the stuff that he posts like outside of keyboard stuff is also like wow. It's really cool. But anyway, yeah. I always admire people who like take crazy nice photos like that. But I do this for fun and as a part of the hobby, and yes, like I am compensated for my time or whatever, and I always get the feeling of like I wonder if like when people like hire me to do this, right, like they kind of acknowledge like, oh, this is the quality we expect, yeah, and this is what Lightning Diego does, so that's what we expect, that's what we'll get, and obviously there's people who demand a different rate for different work that they do, but like yeah, like some people out there are like, whoa, crazy chops. It's just cool. It's cool to see, but it also gives me a little bit of that imposter syndrome. I'm like, oh yeah, I don't try hard enough, admittedly. It just exhausts a lot of what I think my brain and I guess kind of like seeing things outside of the box would involve. But yeah, I mean, I still can't beat the idea of what's his name, Morning Coffee, Mary C. Morning Coffee, taking a keyboard out on like a 5-mile hike and going to the top of a mountain and filming a sound test. Like that stuff is also so cool, right? Like it's not like the hardest thing to do, but it's also just like you see it and you the scenery also was just like wow. It's like he's from the Faroe Islands, right? And it's like gorgeous. I'm like, yeah, well, hard to top that one, cause it's a combination of like his, like where he's from and what's accessible to him and just the idea of doing that. It was awesome. Every time I think about like sound test videos, I think of that one. I think of K Thrizzy. If you guys remember K Thrizzy, he works with Ryan from Lost Axe from NRD Designs. So Nick K Thrizzy, he also did some cool videos when he was doing like keyboard stuff. Like he would do like all the props for typing stuff, and that was also like, yeah, I was like, oh yeah, mad respect. That's a nice setup, and it's like kind of like a one-time thing too, right? Like he would do it, and like it's all like to go with the theme of a board and things like that. I was like, yeah. Any volunteers to the sound test next to freeway? Oh man, I need to in true New York in New York fashion, I need to take a keyboard and film myself typing it on the fair and the East River Ferry or some shit like that, or like kayaking on the Hudson. Yeah. It's like, oh fuck. or you know, middle of Times Square. Can't even hear like jack shit. Staten Island Ferry, yeah. Whatever it is. On the subway? Right. Oh man. I need some of those subway performers to do some cool cameos. Like that lady at I think there's this one Asian lady at I think Herald Square or maybe even Times Square who like is well known for like lip syncing the shit out of like Adele songs and whatnot. Need to get her as a BGM. Wouldn't even be in the top 10 of weirdest things I've seen there. In the subway? Put desk inside a bus and do sound tests on the freeway at 70 miles per hour. And there's no such thing as weirdest thing I've seen, because the subway is ever so surprising and truly a spectacle. Like I don't know why tourists come here to tour things out in New York City when they can just ride the subway for a while and they'll experience a lot. Some not so pleasant things, but a lot. Get the naked cowboy to do the sound test. Oh my god. Yeah, I know. Interesting people out there. Fun times though. But anyway, that was my short confession of insecurity, but also at the same time admiration for the people who do creative things. It's like, yeah, I respect that stuff, man. That's what I think. It takes thinking hard about something and just kind of doing it, and just being courageous enough that whatever you do, you know, whether it sticks or not, you just put it up out there and see what people think about it. Yeah, it takes a kind of person for sure to be able to do all that and just, yeah, kind of exposing yourself and say like, yeah, I did this. It's like, yeah, that ain't me. At least not in that fashion. How much weight is the lube in the jar? A lot. Probably like, I don't know, man. It feels like at least like a pound. You're really gonna have me weigh this, but okay. But never mind. 10 ounces. Right now. Including the jar, which is kind of heavy. So maybe like 8 ounces. No, can we gamba? Damn, shoulda let you gamba. Rip. Too too slow or too fast. El Quan, hey, what's up, dude? How's it going? Oh, okay, there we go. One thing for sure about these full-size boards is so many stabs. It's like 8 of them, something like that, I think. Long boys today? I'm good. How are you? I'm good. I'm good. Doing alright. Not much, really. Jealous of Keep Life goers. I hope it was fun for those who did. Outside of that, doing okay. It was rainy this past weekend. Kind of good and bad, I guess. It's nice and cool now. Oh yeah, this past weekend I was playing that game that I think I told chat before about, called Peak. I finally reached a peak for the first time with some friends. We struggled so hard. My friends died. Like, my party died and I managed to make it, but it was like with a lot of help. And the help isn't like, you know, like, so when your party dies they can become like ghosts to like spectate. But they kind of get like a third party field of view, and so it's a little easier for them to see like some ledges and stuff, so that they like guide you on the path up. And finally reached peak for the first time this past weekend. It was admittedly very difficult, or at least, you know, not really used to it yet, so it's hard, but it was fun. It was fun. Kind of, you know, like the first time, I feel like the first time you do it probably takes at least a couple of hours, I feel, to get there of like gameplay. And it's like constant gameplay too, because there's no pausing the game. Like if you pause, I mean, if you like wait, if you just sit still and stuff, the problem with the game is that you become more like hungrier and hungrier, because you're basically like stranded in this like deserted island, and the idea is that you're supposed to like climb, like, you know, the whole like island area, like the mountains and stuff, to like get out. But like if you just stay there, you keep getting hungrier and hungrier, and so you can like starve to death or like lose your stamina or whatever. So there's no pausing. It's like a couple of hours of constant playing. So at the end of the like expedition, you're like beat. It's like so tiring. But it's pretty fun. It was pretty fun. But yeah, I have seen that there's like mods for you to like, if you want to like add certain features. There's like player design mods and stuff. Almost done here with these guys. It's like 2 more stabs. This one, the next one. Do this last stab. Okay, I think that's the last one. Alright, let's clip them on now. So 7U. And our 2Us. Oh, should I do southpaw numpad or regular? What do you guys think? Regular sided or southpaw? I feel like, Regular looks nicer because you're kind of used to it and it just gets translated over, but Southpaw is kind of unique. I think Southpaw maybe, so it'd be inverted, right? So inverted would mean vertical on the left side, I believe. And 0 on this side. Lamp, hello. How's it going, dude? How are you doing? Ladies to the stream, what weight did you get? Well, I can check for you. This is, I think this is the carnivore one, the T-Rex one. Oh. Yeah. And it's sandblasted, just like standard sandblasted brass. But yeah. Numpad, do normal? Oh, you want me to do normal? Oh, okay. Designer override. Normal it is. Proto PCB, you want it to work? Oh, the firmware won't work? I mean, well, it's fine. Cause it's not like I'm gonna be using the numpad. So I don't think it will matter if it doesn't you know, key in the right numpad keys. I think it's okay. If you're concerned over the firmware. Yeah, I think it's fine. Because it's not like I'm going to be typing with the numpad, you know? But yeah, once you have the firmware going on like VIA, VL, whatever, then yeah, it would matter, I guess. But hey, let's do it Southpaw so it kind of shows that it's actually Southpaw, you know? Alright. Guitar 87 looks nice? Yeah, it's a nice board actually. Types pretty nicely. Is that the Mongoose White Pink Pearl? The color is they call it Pegasus, and it's like this warm white chameleon Cerakote. Basically it has like, it's like a warm white with undertones of like purple and blue. It like sort of like color shifts depending on the lighting. It's really hard to like explain, but yeah, it's an interesting color. Is it a smooth surface in terms of like how it feels? Yeah, it feels like smooth. I mean, it feels like the way clear Cerakote feels, which is kind of like glossy in some way. Like, yeah, I mean, that's the way I could describe it. It doesn't feel like a matte, textured, like gritty feel. It doesn't have that gritty feel because it's been covered, essentially. So it has a bit of that like glossy texture, but it's pretty smooth. Milk with edible glitter. I just realized, but are these cutouts essentially, are these like switch top openable sort of like cutouts on the plate? They have the slight little extra parts on the corners, but I'm not sure if it's enough for the switch tops to be opened with the switch top tool. Oh, it is Alps compat. Oh. It's to make the machine easier. Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Just like the tool path for the machining. Yeah, that's fair. But yeah, I figured it wasn't enough space for the actual switch tops to come out because it's kind of rounded. Clear top, gap black. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Although I don't know, it's has the white housing at the bottom, so it makes me think it's one of the other ones, like the Pro or whatever, or the RGB versions. I'm not even sure, dude. I swear to God, there's so many Gateron versions now. I don't even know which one's which now. One of the many. That's for sure. G Pro 2s are nice. Yeah, I mean, Gateron switches in general have been pretty sweet for a while now. Okay. Numpad, and here. Okay, let's try these stabs. Who made the PCB now that Heine is not around? I'm actually not sure. It doesn't have a maker's mark or anything like that. Ghost of Heine. Van Dusen? Oh, Van Dusen actually knows how to make PCBs? That's pretty dope. Damn, that's cool. Damn, all in-house. Stabs sound pretty good. Learn now? Yeah, for real. Now that's actually all like, you know, designed and made in the US, like for real. That's pretty cool. Actually, what microcontroller are we using? Oh wow, it uses an RPi. It uses the RPi microcontroller. That's cool. Very nice. Very nice. Music giving me Evangelion vibes? Yeah. Actually, yeah. This one. Alright. Let's put the rest of these guys. So we can get to soldering. Win key, so get into Southpaw, Shinji. To be honest, if a mech were called the Southpaw, it's like I wouldn't be too surprised if that were a real name. Unit Southpaw, or like codename Southpaw. Realistic enough. You gonna be my mech drift co-pilot in the Southpaw Lightning Jaeger? Man, back when I was a kid, I wanted so badly to be like that. There would be like real mechs, like Gundam, you know, mobile suits, right? Every kid's like dream. Be a gigantic humanoid mech pilot, or like even like Zoids, like stuff like that. It's so cool, you know. Big robots, man. You tell me mechs are fake? Fake? No, they're not fake. They're real in our hearts and souls. I believe one day. Just trust. Prage. At the rate we are winning, we will certainly achieve mech hood. I saw a real Gundam in Japan, and therefore they exist. Oh, yeah, true that. I don't know, as long as they don't suck out my life force for being a pilot I'm in. Also true, as long as they don't give me fucking, like, PTSD Yes, right. Or like, you know, like tap into my psyche, into my already absolutely demented psyche. Yes. If so, then yes, I would love to be a mech pilot. At this point, I'm still willing. You know, it may be a solution to the world we live in. Oh God, crazy. It's just blast off into space, you know. See you later, everyone. None of the oh yeah, I'm gonna fly it all around the world, I'm gonna travel everywhere. No, it's just blast off at the speed of light, just out, off to space. It's like deuces. Me at my gunpla on my shelf. What is this? A mecha for ants? Yeah, for real. Have you not tried already mounting into the wonderful gunpla that you already have? Duh. All right, sweet. All right, now it's time to solder these guys. Just make sure these are properly clipped here. Okay. All right. Oh, looks like I bent one of the pins. Whoops. Which one is it? This one. All right. Let's get that fan here. It's gonna be a little loud. Just bear with it. Okay. Alright, let's get soldering these up. get down to solder to complete the board. Oh. Let's get down to solder to complete the board. That? I know that's what you were going for. As soon as I read let's get down to, I was like, yeah, okay. Next to nothing. Hello. Flip this around now, and I'm just gonna double check straightness of some of these trickier spots. Make sure they're all completely straight. Okay. Like that one I need to actually fix the pin. This one just needs the pen. The pin is bent. As earlier. Excellent. Please solder the pin for one. Did they send me tri-mode when I asked for chord? Oh, that's a good one. You should just do it. You should just go ahead and compose the whole song, keyboard version. Why not? You should do it. And then, you know, you could ask Inomoshiki Frank to actually sing it for you. I feel like he would be a good singer for it. And he's a good singer. You're the saddest stabs I've ever met. You can bet after I lube. Telling you, the inspiration's coming through. Mr. Al, make a thocky clack. Oh no. Thocky clack. It's Jover. A thocky clack. What is this oxymoron? What does it mean? Alright, so something I didn't mention earlier, but the PCB has support for scroll lock and caps lock as well. For LEDs, if you wanted to install indicators, that is possible. But otherwise, it seems it doesn't have LED support throughout the board. Make boards low me? Low me again? Oh my god. Yes. Thwompy, clacky, woody. Snappy, poppy, creamy. Marbly. I don't even know what kind of descriptors people soapy. Soapy. What is soapy supposed to sound like? Like a lathered soap, like. I don't even know. A very unpleasant sound. Yes. Yes. Do you order an inkwell? Yeah, but I think I'm in. I think Ankit told me I'm like last batch for that shipment. So still waiting. Well, there is also support for numlock, it seems. Although... Oh, I guess one thing I can say if Arslock or Van Dusen are here is that the numlock support should be on both regular and southpaw sides, probably, right? Because right now it's on the regular side of the numpad, but not on the southpaw side of the numpad. If you also flip this top row part, then the LED indicator would end up on the other, right? I think that one's not there. So that way. It just delivered to me today. First 10 out of 10 box. Oh, nice. Nice. How do you like it? I heard that it's pretty good quality. Have not opened yet? Oh, I see. Wow, really? You sound so excited about it and you haven't even opened it yet? I'm the kind of person who comes home and if I know I'm getting something, I'm like running towards it like it's Christmas. It's like, woo! Because I know it's something I've been excited about. But I mean, if you maybe just got back home from work or whatever, then understandably. It's like a Christmas present. Yeah. I'm like, I don't know how. You know, like, there's people who just like fucking like they just keep their stuff like brand new in box. Not excess stuff, like stuff that they clearly ordered to like use. And I'm like, how long can it last? New. GG's, my last 2 packages were marked delivered and never came. Oh, damn. Rip, time to file a claim. Although I think you need to wait to file a claim with, especially if it's USPS, I think they ask you to wait like a bit before you actually are able to claim it as lost or whatever. Although it depends on the so I always try to watch out for a few things when it's USPS. If it was marked as delivered and it's later than like, I don't know, something reasonable like 7 p.m., which is usually the latest you know, I think it's probably the latest I've ever seen a mailman deliver stuff is like 7 or so. It's like if it's later than that, usually if it's marked as delivered, it's maybe a mistake and it's like next day. So I try to like give it the benefit of the doubt. But it kind of depends if you know the patterns of your mail deliveries, because there's always deliveries done by different couriers. Like, usually I feel like the first class, you know, like letter mail comes with the small packages together, but the priority mail stuff usually arrives separately. So there's 2 separate drivers or delivery people who handle that, and that's they'll have different timings. They told me since it was confirmed delivery, it's technically not lost, I should generally go fuck my... Well, yeah, it depends when it was, though. But yeah, if it's only been like a week or whatever, or less, usually they don't even let you file the missing mail search. It's worth trying. It never hurts, but yeah, sometimes you are actually shit out of luck, and they tell you, like, oh yeah, we're not doing anything for you. It depends on the area, too. Every post office is different. I've had some bad stories or bad luck things with the U.S. Postal Service, but it just depends. Sometimes you just catch people on the wrong day, time, whatever. They're just not in the mood to help you. Oops, wait, no, not this one. But I mean, I hope it works out. Always annoying. Had a recent artisan mail to deliver to the wrong apartment box. Luckily, caught the postman before he left. Oh wow, lucky. Although sometimes it does fix itself, but yeah, lucky. Well, whatever the mail is, it's always mistakes just happen, dude. These people are like overworked and underpaid for what it's worth. It's a rough job, honestly. Like, sure, they sign up for it and whatever, but shit's rough. People complain to you all the time, too. They think you're the evil guy. Just checking everything's nice and soldered all the way. I think everything looks pretty good. I try to be nice to my male people. It's just common courtesy, but also like, yeah, they just have it rough. They just have it really rough. So, especially like in bigger metropolitan areas, it's just even worse. They just got so much work to do in a day. The heat is crazy. Oh yeah. No, I mean if the weather and stuff is like adverse, yeah, that's just it's way too rough. All right, gang. Let's see. Just gonna make sure this main cluster works first, but I think it should be fine. Let's see. Alright. Okay, that works fine. Escape. That's F13. Okay. Okay. Been lurking and working. Nice. Okay. Oh, that's currently mapped to like media keys, I think. Okay, I think that's gonna be like numlock stuff. I think this is currently mapped to the, you know, quote unquote wrong keys for the numpad, but it should still work. Okay, cool. Yeah, I built it southpaw mirrored. Yeah. All right, everything's good, I think. Yeah, except a few mappings, but we're not even using the numpad today, so it's fine. Okay, all right, sweet. Let's go ahead and put it into the board, mount it up, get it ready. So I'm gonna put this away for a sec. If the firmware doesn't work, you should send it to me. I think I'm pretty sure I have to send it back to Van Dusen. But you know, you're always welcome to get a unit. All right, let's see. I would love to just send free keyboards to everybody. That'll be awesome. Alright, let's put these grommets back on though. So they're literally just these rubber grommets that just go on these tabs. Rather simple. So just, you know, slot them in. Super easy. And then, all right, so I gotta put these daughter board screws on. that's right. Yeah. All right. So, and then you can sort of like tuck your cable here. So you can sort of like, you know, bend and tuck this in here to sort of like keep it in place. Guess maybe I'll do a little more here. Okay, like that. And then whoop. And then just plug it in and mount it on. Guess I don't have to tuck it in right away, but I can just plug it in first. And then tuck it. And then just kind of set it in place. We've left out the spacebar grommet here, just so that there's no, you know, the spacebar is nice and flexy there. And then that's pretty much it. Super easy. What's nice about this is that it's like just kind of set in place. So next thing you just do is pop on the case. And then close it up. So, okay. Huh. Is this? Hex key feels a little. My screwdriver feels slightly bigger. Just gonna use this guy here. I think this should fit perfectly. Yeah, okay. What key set shall we put on this board today, huh? Any requests or preferences? Suggestions? We can poll different options, obviously. I don't have every set out there in the wild, but I'll have a lot of them still, I think. Is this a coat or silver anode? This is actually Cerakote, color shifting Cerakote, technically. They call it Pegasus, but basically it's this sort of like chameleon shifting coat where it's just like this warm white base, and then it has this sort of like blue purplish shifting sort of properties depending on the lighting. It's kind of hard to see because of the nature of my own lighting over here, but it has sort of like these color shifting properties. It's like this warm white base though for the base color. Sean with the big old 30 months. Dang. 30 months is 6 months away from 3 years. Yeah, it's a long time. Is it your build? It's for Van Dusen, so it's like, you know, just a showcase. Joined a little late. What are your thoughts and impressions on overall quality? Oh, I mean, personally, I've had great experiences with Carolina Mech boards. So quality-wise, it's pretty solid. I mean, its machining is very clean. The finish is actually really good. The Cerakote is like nice and smooth. You know, pretty much perfectly applied to the case. And you know, honestly, like tolerances and everything, like I've had no issues putting the stuff together. It looks quite nice. Definitely, like price wise, like you will see it reflected in the price that it is, you know, designed and manufactured and finished all in the USA. So definitely more expensive than, like, for example, like East Asian alternatives and whatnot. But the finishing and the quality itself, like, you know, definitely adhere to kind of like keyboard enthusiast standards. And this has always been the case for a lot of Carolina Mech's work, in my opinion. I personally haven't had a bad like experience with any of their boards, like building for other people or previously for them. So yeah. Clackbait, holy damn, dude, how are you doing? Good to see you. You rocking out there? How are you doing, man? It's good to see you here. Also, Sean, yeah, how's it going? What's popping now, man? You know, just work, life, just taking it easy, you know. I have a day job, so, you know, I go out in the morning and come back in the evening and make some dinner, hang out with my partner for a bit. You know, we either play some games or watch some TV or something. And then, you know, a few times a week I stream builds for other people. And yeah, having a good time. Weekends, these days we've been going out to play tennis. That's been fun. And then, you know, we'll have like other things. We'll like get together with friends and play like board games, or like we'll like go out and drink or whatever, like go out and drink and eat and that kind of stuff, you know, the usual. But it's good. It's been good. I've been doing all right. Trying to stay healthy, trying to stay positive. You know, just trying to you know, try to take it easy, you know, enjoy life. But yeah, I mean, it's not easy though. Still, like you know, just always something pops up, you know. Trying to stay supportive for the people around me too. So, all right. I don't think I heard any suggestions for key sets, did I? So if not, then I can choose something. So let me see. Got any SA? I actually don't on me right now. They're like somewhat packed away because I did move recently, and I don't have any of the SA stuff like out and about ready to go, sort of thing. That makes sense. Just because I personally haven't really used any SA stuff. I do have a couple of sets now, but yeah, not much. Girlfriend doesn't know about the keyboard days. I mean, you know, if you enjoyed that time, then it's good. I'm sorry. GF Trexler. Yeah, it's true that I use Cherry Profile pretty extensively, and so that's my fault, really. So it goes. Alright, let me take a look here. What key set do I want to put on this? It's kind of like white, really. Honeywell would be kind of a nice set if you want something neutral. But barring that, there's like Delta could be a fun key set as well. GMK Delta. There's like Arctic. Not feeling that one that much. Let's see. How's Kiwi? Haven't seen Kiwi in a long time. He is passed the F out. He is out right now. He is sleeping. GMK Cyan could be also a fun set to put on this. Anything like with white base. Feng Li Su could be a fun set. Serica, Fuji could also be okay. How old is Kiwi? Kiwi is a 7-year-old orange cat. Hyperfuse? Hyperfuse is a good set, yeah. I don't have X-Ray. I did not purchase X-Ray, and so I don't have X-Ray, unfortunately. That's a good set, though. I do have, like, you know, like classic black on white, if you want something just clean. Do you want something clean? Like classic black and white could be, like, super clean and simple. Like, you know, we could go for that, too. Which is a nice look. Moomin? Oh, yeah, I do have Moomin. That's a suggestion I did not expect. People like Moomin? I do technically have Moomin. I purchased Moomin and I never sold it or anything. Nice go Kiwi. Yeah, Kiwi's a good boy. He's been pretty good. Generally pretty healthy. Mr. Sleeves, but only Mr. Sleeves. All right. Fine. We can try. Actually, let's try Moomin. I'm kind of feeling like it could be a fun set to put on. Let's try that. I do agree it could be a fun set. Okay, fine. Let's do that. Moomin. Okay, let me go get that. I'll be right back, okay? Okay, I'm back. So sorry. Took a little bit because I realized I had it mounted on the board. And I have to go find it. So let's go ahead and get that. Can you ask your partner her thoughts on Chinese summer? Where did she go? I'll ask her later, though. I'll ask on your behalf, Lamp. What's this about? I actually don't know. Is it something funny? Some things are black and white, Diego, and some things are Chinese. Okay. Lamp asks, what are your thoughts on Chinese summer? What? Humid. That was the word I got. Humid. There's your answer, Lamp. Humid. He says, I'm feeling real Chinese this summer, if you know what I mean. What's that supposed to mean? No response. No comment. I don't know. That's the comment. Sorry, Lamp. Didn't get the answer that you were hoping for, I think. What? No? Sorry about that. Didn't mean to yell. We have a regular space bar as well as a novelty bar, whichever we want to put on. Let's see. Let's try putting on the set first. Oh yeah, this set might actually be pretty subtle and nice. I like it. I like it. Oh, you sent a TikTok video? Oh, we don't do TikTok in this household. I actually don't have like an active TikTok app. Do you know that? I think I made an account to look at videos when people would like link me them, but I legitimately open TikTok maybe once a year. Let me send the fixed link. Just show that to. Okay. I'll show it to her. I'll show it to her and let you know what she thinks later. Thank you for your submission. Please wait for your turn. And then insert USPS hold music. World beats. Hip-hop, classical music, contemporary. I forget what the options are. Does this work? That worked? Okay, I'll send it over. I've waited on hold for 2 hours and 15 minutes before. Holy moly. I commend your great patience, but that's incredible. That's actually crazy. Did you get your problem solved at least? Yes, I did. Oh, okay. All right. I respect it then. I think that's fine then. I respect it. If you actually managed to get your problem solved. Huh? Yes, one sec. Where is it? In the one in the entrance? Alright, one sec. I need to deliver something. Here you go, my lady. Yeah, good. They picked up and I was like 2 hours ago. I called about canceling my Wi-Fi sub. Wow. Crazy. Man, that's just... you have a lot of patience, my man. That's a lot of patience right there. I don't know how you do it. 2 hours on the line is a lot of time. Reminds me of the time I waited an hour for a chicken parm. Boss is calling. Reporting for duty. Pretty much. You know how it goes. You know how it goes, Mick. It's obligations. When the real boss calls, aka Kiwi, that's a different story. Gotta show up for those for sure. Where's the delete key? Here. All right, let's see. Do you want to try putting some of these novelties on? I'm not even sure. Let's see. Maybe should we do novelty less for this one? Maybe I'll just put the. Let me get the other bottom row novelty. How's that? I think that one's cute. That one's pretty cute, I think. And maybe the spacebar. I think the spacebar is also cute. And the enter, it can be the accent. Okay. I was chilling, honestly. The hour went by like it was nothing. Okay, if you were doing other things and you were waiting for a long time, I think that's fine. That's much more tolerable than just waiting, like holding and just like hoping that it pops up or it's ready. And you have nothing else to do. That's just miserable. Okay, so let's see. So southpaw numpad. So it goes like this, I think, if you wanted to do that, and then 2, 9, 8, 3, minus The VHS Dreams. Hey, what's up? How's it going? Okay. A lot of spots here left. Maybe I'll do artisans on these two, and then put some normal keys on these guys here. So scroll, pause. Where's print? Print, and then maybe I'll do some novelties here. I don't know if I have enough. 4 novelties? That's a lot. What's your personal opinion on root beer float switches? My knowledge of non-cherry and Gateron switches is like, I just like went bzzz. Let me check what they are exactly. I'm pretty sure I've heard of these. But I swear I just went like, my brain just went like, what? Yeah. Root beer float switch. Yeah, okay, they're Gateron. Oh, my bad. My bad. They're tactiles. Okay. So these are tactiles. Okay, I've seen these before, yes. I haven't tried them, though. Long pole ink material stem milky top housing tactiles. Okay, so I haven't tried them, but my sort of general consensus on the materials being used is, first of all, I really like Gateron milky tops. Second, I do like ink parts, like Gateron ink parts. They sound very nice. But long pole tactiles for me is something that I personally wouldn't normally be using. So I can't comment more than what I expect would probably be that it's a very loud and a very heavy tactile switch. Most likely, it's my guess. My guess is that it's one of those like big bump switches with, you know, heavier tactility feeling. Not something that I personally seek out on a lot of switches, but you know, it exists. It's there. It's cool. But not something that I personally am looking out for. So yeah, I don't have a strong opinion on that, I guess. That's as much as I can say about that, I think. They look cool. I like the name, but yeah, the short travel stuff for me, it just doesn't really do it for me. It just kind of, you know, just can't use it for too long. It's kind of how I feel about it. I actually go to meetups and I am like, and I tried a lot of long pole switches and I'm like, oh, it sounds nice, it feels nice. But then later I'm like, oh, it sounds nice, it feels nice, but I'm starting to feel like I'm getting a little fatigued, I guess is what the word for it would be. I kind of get fatigued with them, like from the sound and feel. So yeah, I just kind of grow tired of them, because they just kind of sound very loud and very, you know, all that. Oh, whoopsie. I accidentally pressed the media key. Okay. But yeah, that's my thought really. I personally like Gateron switches a lot though. Like I personally think they just make good switches. Gateron in general, I don't think they miss often, ever. They generally make very solid switches. So I have no qualms with them. Their materials are very good. They feel nice. But yeah, long pole switches is just not something I use. Just truthfully. I would be lying if I told you something else. And I don't want to lie to you. So, here we are. Okay, let's go ahead and put a few caps here. Also, Dio, can I DM you about something later? Sure. I think this is like the perfect cap for this Moomin set. And I think for the other one, it's not really great, but I think, oh, I think this one works. This Aerofant by Aerokey slash Keycaps, I guess. I think these two are good. Gotta pray that I remember. Set a note for yourself later or something. I don't know. I try to do that. Tried some GAT sea salts. What are these names? Sea salt smoothies, and they feel like broken in cream. That's a whole lot of words. I tried some chicken bake switches, and they honestly feel like churros. The fuck? It's like, bro. All right, I'm gonna move this mic over. Sorry. I thought I muted the mic first, but it didn't click properly, so it might have been loud. Tried some MX2A blacks, and they felt like heaven. Nice. Good. I approve. That one. I know that one. Old school switch. Gotta try the cheese pepperoni switches. Oh man, someone's gonna tell me that they better not put a pineapple on their switch name. Or some shit like that, you know? I'm like, oh, can't do pineapple on my pizza, so you can't do pineapple on my switches. Alright. Let's try this out, fellas. Here we are. GMK Moomin on a Southpaw full-size fossil here. Hopefully it'll sound nice. We have an grommet mount with an aluminum plate. I'll pause the music now and let's get type in. All right. I don't know if people do this thing anymore. That's what clicks sound like under the mic. But excuse me. Let's try it out. It's my typing window. Here you go. All right. Here you go. These are Gateron, I think Pro Black or regular black, not sure. Clear tops, like the PC tops, on an aluminum plate with grommet mount on the fossil full-size Southpaw version. Let's go. says. I think most switches are good, but I always return to cherry. Yeah, this is like most people who try all sorts of Topre varieties and return to real Forest or HHKB, like OEM. But you know, it's one of those things. People, you try all these things and you kind of come back full circle. But anyhow, it sounds nice, I think. Hug el gato. El gato está dormido, ¿ok? Si molesto al gato, el gato me muerde. Y si me muerde, me va a doler. Así que no sé, ¿ok? Alright. Let's hear the mods. Very nice sounding mods. Love the sound of numpad keys every time. Vertical numpad keys always sound real nice. But yeah, sounds pretty good. Pretty good. Oh, exclamation build for this build. Info. Yeah. We need a numpad test typing. It's actually currently not mapped properly, but you know, if I were like typing random stuff, you know, it'll be like 42 enter, and then 82 divided by 4 plus 96 enter, and you know, equals 78 minus 45. I don't know. I'm so slow with the numpad. Anyhow, so it sounds pretty good. Thank you. We got your SSN, but you got it. Oh, hold on. Speaking of El Gato, Kiwi, hi. Where you going? Hell yeah. Hi, Kiwi. He's so sleepy. You wanna say hi? It's so bright. Yeah. Good boy. Oh, big yawn. Yeah, I know. How's your nap? I know, it's so bright and uncomfortable here. Chonksta? You guys think he's chonky? We were worried that he was losing weight these days. But he's been eating better, so he's good. He's a good boy though. Oh, it's too bright for him. He's like, I don't like this. It's too bright. Okay, you can go. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Goodbye. The good old slap. Yeah, he likes his little pats on the back. He's a cutie. All right. Okay. Well, so let's show off the board, shall we? Oh, he left some eye gunk. And a lot of fur. Jeez, so much fur. Okay, there we go. He's a lot of muscle. Oh, I see. So, this is the Pegasus finished Cerakote finish fossil full size. So this has like this. You can see it right here, actually. Right here, you can see that like red, blue, purplish sort of color shift. It's very subtle. Obviously, much more obvious in person. But yeah, it has this like kind of like cool white, red, blue, purplish color shift. The blue and the purple sort of like blend together, so kind of form this like kind of like deep maroon sort of tone to it. But pretty neat. It's a nice finish. It definitely, like, in certain angles appears to be very severely like warm white. So like if you see it here, it kind of looks very close to the color of the modifiers, which is kind of like this very like toasty white, almost yellowish sort of color. But then if you look at it in other angles, it has this like bluish, purplish, very cooler white appearance. So it really does shift quite a lot in terms of warmth to cold, like warm to cold sort of tones, and from like colorful to not colored at all. So it's a nice finish. Gurokawa top. Sorry for self plug. Okay, buddy. We get it that you have like 200 artisan collabs to go, but your group buy already finished, if I recall correctly. So I get it. We get it, buddy. We get it. Stop appropriating more cultures, my friend. Anyway. This is the back. That's the I think that's a carnivore engraving. So this is a sandblasted brass weight on this. And again, you know, the kind of like the design here is just like a large island, or like rather like a shelf type of design. You have a centered USB port over here. Pretty standard. You have like 8 screws that to bolt the top and the bottom piece. And yeah, you know, standard fare, but quite nice. You know, the back just looks like this. You know, you have a pretty like big chamfer for the top, going around the board, and overall, you know, looks it's pretty pretty. I can show you what it looks like here from the top. So this is what it looks like from the top. Gosh, Kiwi left some scraps. Oh my gosh, I'm like coughing from him. But yeah, as you can see, kind of like warm white tone, and then as the light shifts around, sort of like, you know, kind of like has some like pearlescent color shifting, sort of like aspects to the finish. And so that's what the Pegasus finish is like here. And then from the side, again, you know, you have nice chamfered edges here, and then going around the board, and so pretty standard sort of shelf side profile here. And you know, standard SJ5302 3M bump-ons, so pretty normal stuff. Again, nice carnivore weight. But yeah, it's interesting. It's an interesting color. I think in pictures this will probably appear like a warm yellowish color, yellowish white sort of tone, and then in glimpses of reflective light you'll see some of this color shifting. But yeah, Moomin actually was a really interesting choice for this, because Moomin is a set that sort of like had it, the way it came out, it was a little bit different from the renders, but it was accurate to technically the color samples. It's a set that kind of has this like cooler white and gray alpha section, and then the modifiers are sort of this like violet pinkish but very warm toned, like, you know, strange modifier color. It's very hard to describe. The accents are like a nice cool gray, but it's an interesting set that I think is kind of tricky to work with. The accents are like this very pastel, almost like yellow. It's a very strange set in that regard, but I think actually because of that, it suits this case really well. So it was a great suggestion. I think J. Reggie made that suggestion, so that was excellent. Thank you. Very, very tricky, but it actually works quite nicely on this. I think it works nicely that also the contrast on the alphas is pretty good here, so it kind of gives it a more, you know, kind of classic look, but at the same time still has that trickiness from the you know, kind of special colors of the modifiers. Yeah. Can you show your Hound artisans? Oh, my Noah artisans? I don't have them all here. I have one here that I have some others on boards and stuff, but I have one here that I don't think I've taken pictures of yet. Let me get it. Lanes with the raid. Thank you. Welcome. This is one of my Noah artisans that I recently managed to get. It's a Slain Sapphire of the Emperor commission. So it's a very cool dragon theme one. Need to take a picture of this one, or pictures rather, but that's one of them that I recently got. And then I have some others that are like sitting on boards and stuff. They're kind of scattered, so I can't show you all of them because I just don't have them in like one box. Yeah, Lee's commission. Yeah. Lee, I'm not sure. But yeah, I managed to get one. But very thankful. But you know, so that colored bongo stick. This one. This is quite an interesting and cool cap. It's like resin writing stuff. It's it almost looks like actual pencil on the keycap. But like, this thing is like written in resin, which is really something. But it really looks like penciled in. Super. Liam is very talented. Did I rate right at the end of stream? Yeah, sorta. I mean, I can definitely still show what it sounds like. So I'll do that, and then I'm probably gonna wrap things up after that. Oh, the one that's on top of El Marifer, of Marifer El Grito. Bongo. Over here. Oh, over here. This one. Oh, the scream. Yeah, El Grito. It's like Grito. It's like yeah, this one. Oh yeah, this one's fun too. Playful. Yeah. But yeah. For those who just came from Lane's stream, can hear what the fossil sounds like once again. Here it is. This is Gateron Blacks, I believe, on aluminum with grommet mount, which is what this uses. pretty nice spacebar sound on it. And here are some mods. Pretty nice. Honestly, I think also a great board that could be for like a workhorse or like just like a daily driver. Nice layout. I mean, standard full size, or you have standard or southpaw, whichever you want to go. But and yeah, some siren sounds from good old New York City. Well, technically, I'm a little bit further out, but yeah. All right. So that's all we got for tonight. Yeah, so admittedly this board is not cheap in my opinion, and also I think most people will probably agree. That said, it is a keyboard that is fully designed and produced and manufactured here and finished in the United States. Yeah, it's quite the board. Starts at, I believe it starts at 650 if it's raw, and you can do 700 if it's Cerakoted. There comes in 5 different colors: gunmetal gray, sand, northern lights, mongoose gun, and pegasus gun. Different weights: there's blank weights, carnivore, the T-Rex, the herbivore, the brachiosaurus, and the ankylosaurus engravings. F12 or F13 solder or hot swap, and southpaw or regular. But yeah, grommet mount has Alp support, and then all the details in the CarolinaMech.com website. But it's a very nice board. I personally have had great experiences with Carolina Mech. So if you're interested in purchasing a board, definitely check it out. You've been streaming so much, Diego? Oh, you think so? I've been streaming like 2-3 times now these days, like a week, right? Ask them to rerun the Palmetto. Maybe yeah. You should, yeah. I mean, I think they're here, or they might be gone now. It might be late, but yeah, Palmetto maybe. Yeah, it would be cool. It's always nice to see boards come back, and also people doing new designs. It's always nice. But yeah, I built a couple of I built like 3 Palmettos, and they're all very nice. Pretty nice board too. Yeah. If I didn't already get my dad an S100, I would get him one of these because he's a full-size fiend. Yeah, this would be a nice like gift. It's kind of hefty and nice, so yeah. I think it's because you had to pause for it to move. Yeah, that's true. I did have to pause for that. That was a little messy, and there's a lot to do. But yeah, no, I've been busy with builds actually. Lots of requests and stuff, which is nice. It's always fun. But yeah, I pretty much have like ongoing builds, which is always fun. So I think this Wednesday, I think I'm gonna be doing the banana board that the Patricia recently built. She was so nice. She was like kind enough to tell the designer of the banana board to basically hit me up for a showcase. So all thanks to her really that I think I'm checking that out. But it's a fun board. I don't know what I'm gonna do about the keycaps actually, because I realized that it's like mostly 1U, right? Because like ortholinear type of a board, and so it's like when it's all 1U like that and it's like different row layout, you have to also mess with the row profile. I'm like, I'm not what I'm gonna do about that. I'm not sure if I have enough for that. We'll see. I'll have to figure out what I have for kitting. I'll try to get creative or something. I don't know. or we'll just work with it. Are you guys all settled in? I mean, basically, I mean, you see there's still some boxes over here, but we still just gotta like organize stuff in places. But I mean, all the essentials are all done for the move. Like we pretty much are. Like the most recent thing we got was like a little patio like table for like a balcony over here. We have a tiny balcony, like fits like 2 chairs in the table. We just wanted like a little patio table for like, you know, like drink tea or coffee, you know, on a nice day, or like watch the birds, because we have like a bird feeder set up. Kiwi watches the birds all the time, so that was nice. But yeah, we still have some boxes here and there that we just need to like sort out essentially. But other than that, it's like, yeah, we're basically settled in. Hope this place is long term. Oh yes, I know. I hope so too. I mean, I think fingers crossed. I think it will be. I mean, pretty much it'll be as long term until we decide to like buy probably. So, yeah. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, hopefully as long term as time permits. Time and the economy permits. But yeah, wish you the best. Thank you, thank you. All right, let's wrap it up here, folks. I'm not sure if any folks are streaming at the moment. I don't think I see anyone doing keywords today, right? Double checking right now. I don't think so. Right? I don't see anybody. Okay, that's fine. We can go raid the ducks. I see Andy. I think he's done. I think he might have just finished earlier. Yeah. You're good, you're good. Alright, friends, let's go raid the ducks. Dash ducks. Quack quack. Quack quack, mother father. Alright, folks, as always, thank you for sticking around and for being so supportive. It's always fun. I know I've been doing this for a while, and I always say the same stuff and I talk about the same stuff, but I personally have a lot of fun doing it. So I hope you guys always enjoy sticking around. And for me, it's always a pleasure. So, yeah. I'll probably see you guys on Wednesday evening. I think that's when I'm going to be doing the banana board. Subject to change depending on whether that fits everyone's schedule, but I think that's what's going to work out. So Wednesday evening for the banana board. I'll see you guys then. Take care, and once again, this was the fossil. Check it out, and if you're interested, or if your friends are, tell them, because it is a board made here in the US, and I'm assuming there's making it to order because Van Dusen's cool like that, but yeah. Catch you all later. Bye bye, good night. Have a great day. Have a great rest of your week. Peace.